Yo guys, Corey Nielsen here, Corey Nielsen Fitness. So, part two. Today we're going to talk about the most important rule or aspect to weight loss. Okay, if you don't get this rule right, I promise you, you will not lose weight. Okay, period. End of story. You're not going to lose weight unless you have this down. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, what are we going to talk about? Calories. Okay, if you're not eating the correct amount of calories, and I'll go into a little more detail, but if you're not eating the correct amount of calories, you just can't lose weight, okay? Calories are the most important aspect to your weight loss or weight gain or weight maintenance. The calories, you have to start with calories, okay? So what is a calorie? It's basically just energy. That's all that it is it's a unit of energy. I believe 1 calorie raises the temperature of water 1 degree Celsius, and so that's all it is just a unit of energy that your body breaks down and turns into fuel, and then that's how you feed your body. So that's what a calorie is. Macronutrient. Okay, so you have your calories, okay, at the top. You go to your calories. You can break your calories down into what's called a macronutrient. So you have your calories here, and then below that you have 3 different macronutrients. It's a protein, fat, and a carbohydrate. If you added up all the calories that you ate in protein, fat, and carbohydrates, that would be how many calories you ate for the day. Okay, so think about that for a sec. You have to have that right. Calories, okay, and below that, macronutrients. Your macronutrients are protein, fats, and carbs. All your macronutrients, the calories that come from those macronutrients, you add them all up, that's how many calories you eat through the day. Okay? And then you have your fiber. Now, fiber doesn't have calories. It's extremely crucial for you to get it. I guess I shouldn't overemphasize it that much because you can live without fiber, but if you want to be healthy, it's extremely crucial that you get some fiber into your diet and get the correct amount for you to feel healthy, and it'll help with your weight loss as well. And then the other thing is going to be water. So how much water should you drink? I tell people, I've read where it's divide your weight by 2. That's how many ounces you should drink. I say somewhere around 80 ounces, 100 ounces for a guy, 80 ounces, 70 ounces for a female, somewhere in that area. So that's what I would say with the water. Is a calorie equal to a calorie though? So what I mean by that is, does 1 gram of protein, 1 calorie of protein, we'll say, to make it simple for you, 1 calorie of protein equal 1 calorie of a carbohydrate, or 1 calorie of protein equal 1 calorie of a fat? Okay, so the way that your body processes these macronutrients changes a little bit in how many calories you can eat throughout the day, and I'll go into more detail with that. But on the surface, don't think about it too much. For the most part, a calorie is a calorie, okay? There is some variance in the way that it's going to help with your weight loss and the way that you feel, but we'll keep it just as simple as we can for right now, and just think 2,000 calories is 2,000 calories for right now, and I'll go into more detail and explain to you exactly why 2,000 calories isn't exactly 2,000 calories. They don't equal out. A couple of the things that I don't want you guys to even worry about is, remember yesterday I talked about how it's 80%, we're worried about 80%, we're worried about the big stuff, and we're not worried about the small stuff. So some of the things that I don't want you to even worry about, one would be like meal timing. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about like eating late at night. It really doesn't matter, as long as we don't eat too many calories in a day. Okay? The way that your body works is that you have a maintenance level, all right, of caloric intake. Let's call it 2,000 because that's a number that everyone likes. I don't know. 2,000 calories. Let's say 2,000 calories, you're not going to gain weight and you're not going to lose weight. Okay, that's your maintenance level. Now you eat over 2,000 calories, you're going to start to gain weight. You eat under 2,000 calories, you're going to start to lose weight. It really is almost that simple. Okay, the problem is you finding out what your number is. You don't know what your number is, and that's why I'm going to teach you how to find your number, but it's not going to be perfect. So what you do is you track your food, and that's going to give you a much better idea what your number is. let's see, a couple other things I don't want you to worry about is like number of meals eaten. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. You hear a lot of people talk about 6 meals. You hear a lot of people talk about fasting and fast for 12 hours. Like, here's the biggest thing, okay? All of this stuff works, but you have to stay within this calorie range, right? I could eat 6 meals a day. If it equals 2,000 calories, it doesn't really matter that much if I eat 2 meals a day that equal 2,000 calories. Okay, you have to find what works best for you. You have to find, everybody's situation is different, and so 6 meals, 2 meals, 3 meals, 4 meals, it's not that big of a deal. You have to find what works for you, but it has to fit within our structured overall plan of, if you're wanting to lose weight, you have to find a calorie deficit. Okay, so that's that. If I'm at 2,000 maintenance level, taking in calories, I have to be below that number. And I don't want to be way below that number, because then I'm going to feel like I'm hungry all the time and starving, and my metabolism is going to drop really quick. I'm also going to probably lose a lot of muscle mass. That's one thing I didn't mention, guys, is you will lose not just fat. You're going to lose muscle. And so the way that we combat that is, one, you want to take the weight loss slower, and 2, high protein, 3, weight training, okay? So that's something I didn't mention in yesterday's video that I wanted to. And then things like gluten. Okay, you don't need to worry about gluten. It's not going to affect your weight loss unless you're a celiac or unless you have some gluten intolerance. Okay, gluten it's one of those huge words right now that marketers are using it to sell